Alright, y'all. I have been sanding on this biatch for, I don't know, maybe 2.5 hours. I'm exhausted. Damn, that's good. Hot Florida night. This is what I'm putting on the boat. It is the Super Slick. Part 1, Part 2, pints. I've actually got another pint over there of the same stuff, so I'm going to use 2 of them to do the whole bottom of this boat. It covers 30 square foot. So, once again, I showed y'all that other video where I've been sanding on this for just a little bit, a couple hours. Couple hours got me, I don't know, a third of the boat done. So, I'm going to come back over tomorrow or Sunday. I'm going to do this other half. I'm going to do down on the side here, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 inches. I think I'm only going to come up to about here. That way I can put some bottom paint there and it'll look good in the water. Pretty tedious process. This isn't like multiple layers of paint. This is like legit the original paint on the bottom of this boat. I'm using 50 grit DA sandpaper, and I went through about a whole pack. I got some 120 grit, and I got some other shit that I'm not going to use because it's too hard to hand sand it without a sander. But it's tedious. So I say another 3 or 4 hours, I'll have this puppy sanded down, and then we will go on to rolling on this Super Slick. Got bored. Oh, you did my job for me. It's cool, man. I mean, I ain't mad at you for doing my job.
No, you're not. The only way it's gonna get done.
I showed up. This motherfucker done did the job. Look at him.
Yeah. If you wanna show up when there's 10 minutes left of the fucking Super Bowl.
Some people got a life, Alan.
You need to show up fucking halftime. Shut up 10 minutes. You want to see the end product. You want to fucking win.
You see that? That is another piece of aluminum welded on the bottom of the tune for extra support. I was gone for like 4 hours and Alan apparently got bored.
4 hours.
Yeah, I mean, well, I was out here last night by myself, dude. Sad, lonely. Sanding. Nobody came and visited me, so he felt bad. And now today, while I'm not here because I had shit to do, he's out here doing all the rest of it, telling me, you know, it was taking too long.
tell you.
Anyway.
Gotta make dinner, gotta do laundry, you know, gotta wash my socks, my underwear, my clothes, you know, my hats were dirty. You know, I've been free balling for the last 3 days. I don't know what to tell you. I had to do laundry.
Woo. Anyway, I'll make this video not appropriate for children on YouTube. If you remember last time, there wasn't any aluminum on there on the bottom of the pods. It was kind of thin. We were worried it was going to hit rocks and crack it, bust it, something. We weren't worried about.
Aluminum there.
Okay, you know what I'm saying.
There was aluminum there.
There was aluminum there. It was just thinner.
Just very thin.
So he took his own aluminum and he welded another sheet on there on top, cut it, all that shit. So it's extra supportive. Now you can beat the shit out of it. I see it. And then he took it upon himself to go ahead and grind, sand the rest of the boat. So we're planning on doing the slick bottom this afternoon. He's got to go do something now, and then we'll get back to it. Peace. Got green beers, got red beers, got yellow beers. Good to go.
You got a white one.
Okay, so I ordered black. I don't know, it's tan right now, so
It's gonna look shorter now because it's white.
anyway, so we mix both parts. It says mix equal parts and then stir until there's until there's no streaks left in it.
Snappers.
Whoa, dude, don't fuck up, man.
Dude, who?
So we're gonna stir that until there's no streaks left.
Dude, is this just gonna come out clear or something?
I don't know. To be continued. All right, we just got through putting the super slick on. I screwed up, and I got in a hurry, and I did not check the coloring on the pints, because when I ordered it on Amazon, I thought somewhere I read that like it came in black, and then if you wanted any other color, then you put a different pigment in it. But now that I think about that, now that I think about that, that's kind of retarded. But I screwed up, and it is kind of like a tannish color. And if it dries tan or like yellow, I'm good with that, honestly. But if as long as it doesn't go clear, you know, I just don't want it to look like bare aluminum, because the coloring I'm using is you know, camouflages and stuff. So if it goes like a tan color, I'm good with that. We'll blend it with cattails. So I'll flip the camera around and show y'all what it looks like right now. We put 2 pints on it, so we coated it pretty thick. Stay tuned. All right, so this is the texture. We rolled it on, like I said, 2 quarts. It's probably been 30 minutes since we started. Alan's done Wetlander before. He said it kind of looks textured like that until it starts to dry, and then it smooths out pretty good. But that's it. I mean, it's kind of like a cream color right now, which, like I said, I'm okay with that, but
What is that stuff called?
super slick. So anyway, we're gonna let it sit up for 24 hours, and we'll be able to flip the boat back over. Right? We're gonna flip the boat back over in 24 hours.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So yeah, remember I told you that we ended up ordering the super slick and putting it on, but we didn't have the pigment, so it came out clear, and I ended up ordering some more with the pigment. So what we're gonna do now is just do a light sanding on the hole real quick, because some of the fibers from the roller got in it, and anyway, we're just gonna do a little light sanding. We're gonna clean it off with just a moist rag, and then we're gonna basically put another pint of the super slick on there and add the black pigment. So I'll show you that here. What's that?
In future reference, they need to know if I'm going to use a really tight groove roller.
Yeah, so lesson learned for us. Number one, don't forget the pigment, like I did.
The roller that we use with the hairs, as it's so thin, it just the hairs come off it.
Yeah, so here I'm gonna make another video here in just a second. So this is the roller that we're using. I mean, I would say if you can get a thinner roller than that, probably try, where the fiber is not as thick. I really think it would have been okay on our first coat. When we did the second coat, it was getting real tacky on us, so I think that's why it started pulling some of the fibers off. But yeah, it had set up for about 10 minutes already. Anyway, 120 grit, light sanding on the whole hole, and like I said, we are going to start putting on another coat as soon as we clean it off again, and this one's going to have the black pigment in it, and I'll show y'all that video. Let me see if I can show y'all what I'm talking about here, if I can get the light right on it. Maybe there are, let's see here. All right, you can see it a little bit. See these little tiny spots? It's super smooth here. Then you run your finger across that little spot there, and it's like a fiber from a brush caught in it. So that's pretty much on the whole bottom. So Alan sanded that side lightly with 120 grit to get rid of those fibers. Like I said, our second coat we applied while it was still tacking up from the first coat, and I think that possibly was where we made a mistake. But honestly, man, I mean, it's slick as hell, and it's getting slicker just doing this light sanding. So I think this time when we put this third coat on here, it's going to be pretty slick. So stay tuned.
It might not work though.
Show me what you're doing.
I'm looking at a roller.
No, come on now, don't try to hide. You doing little tricks of the trade back there? What you got going on?
Because I'm trying to burn the fuzz off of there so it don't all get caught up in that shit.
Need me to spinning it for you?
Oh, I got it.
Alan's mine at hard work. Mine's working overtime, brother.
How about that? I don't think it works half the time.
If it don't work, you don't sponsor it.
No.
Edit it out of the video.
I don't
Act
know.
like it never
It's
happened.
gonna come out more like a sponge, and it should keep them fibers because they're melting together. In my head, I'm thinking that it's gonna keep them fibers bonded to this more and roll that on a little bit better.
All
I
right.
bet you if you buy the ones that come with it or something, I bet you they're like real thin, real kind of spongy like looking. You know?
Yeah. Read it. Does it say anything about mixing on it? Let me see it. Hold
Warning. Do not let no dumbasses
on.
use this. May cause eye irritation. 2. Face.
Mix equal parts.
Caramelation.
Hold on.
That might fix my face.
Mix until the coating becomes uniform color with no streaks. Okay. If you're adding pigment, mix into part 2. Hold on. Listen. If you're adding pigment, mix into part 2 thoroughly before mixing part 1 and part 2 together. So what part do you have there? I got part 2. So you got to mix the pigment into part 2 first.
You got a poopy, I got a pee-pee.
So it says you got to mix it into that thoroughly before you mix in part 1.
This part 1's probably the hardener.
Y'all catching this? Don't mess up like we did. No pigment. The fancy
Dude, I could have just mixed
fancy
paint.
rollers now.
I
They're
coulda
like
just
like a
mixed
sponge.
paint in there before. I should have just went and grabbed some paint and mixed it in.
So we modified these.
Probably literally paint in there. So what are we doing? Part 2 and 1?
It says on there, mix the pigment into part 2 first. Mix it thoroughly till there's no more streaks in it.
That's all I'm asking you. You're the one that can read. Did you look for any holes in that? You better hope there wasn't a hole in that.
I don't know. Hell no, I didn't see no
That
holes in there,
suck.
man. You better get all that out of there. We're gonna need every bit of that.
Yeah, I know. Give me a spoon or something.
Yeah. Oh my
I
God.
know you got a spoon.
Here we go again.
What?
Putting the cart before the buggy. Master mixer.
Well, I just bend a piece of metal and put it on the end of the drill. I don't want to set. You want to mix it by hand? You can mix it by hand. I ain't
No,
mixing
no,
it.
you're doing a good job.
I didn't think so.
Sir, mix a lot.
You get 2 fat guys drinking beer together. We ain't gonna do too much. Look like we got to do something, but we ain't gonna do too much.
Oh God. Now you sound like my wife.
She might be on to something there. I'm just saying. I mean, I would never tell her that, but I'm just.
You just did.
You know.
No, she won't watch this video. She gets bored after like the first 2 minutes and turns it off.
It has something to do with going something.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be fun.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Mmm.
Now we're mixing a pigment.
Yeah. That's what this is the step we left out last time, y'all.
Epoxy and gel coat pigment. You order blue?
Oh, get the hell out of here.
Look, it says blue. It's blue. You might need a stick.
Oh my God. Look, there's a beef stick right there.
I ain't using a
How
beef
sick
stick.
you
I'll be
want?
hungry later.
How stick you want? I don't know. Shit.
Something.
Oh, let me stop this.
Is that enough?
Yeah, that's good. Mix that other shit.
Sure? You sure?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
sure.
pretty sure half of it's going on the ground.
No, it's not.
Dude, that,
Come
that
on.
come out of there.
Come on.
Where'd that
Dude,
come
stop fucking with it. Just put the other stuff
from? I'm
in.
trying to figure out where it came
Get
from.
that shit on the boat.
Shit. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Oh my god, that looks so much better than the last shit.
Do you know what that?
You need a stirry stick?
Do you remember that time that I bought all that big gallon of KY jelly? That's what it reminds me of right now.
Alan. Yeah, that cut the rollers and melt the fibers down to where it was a sponge. Definitely worked really good. So good job, Alan. That was awesome thinking on your part. The MacGyver. I like it. So this is going to be the end of the bottom coat and the sanding and everything. I'll end the video here. And next thing I'll do is take a photo of